Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for joining me. So I recently realized I haven't done a sketchbook tour in a while, and although I have been sketching and nature journaling a bit, some of these pages in here feel like I've done them a long time ago, although they sort of span from early September to early December of 2020. So roughly 3 months. I haven't been nature journaling as much as I'd like to, but I still did some pages here and there whenever I could fit it in, and I'll be showing you these in this video. I also have done a lot of landscape studies, and I will show them probably in the next video sometime soon. So one of the highlights this autumn for me was a tour that I documented on these two pages, and it was in late September, but in my mind it really felt like a late summer day. I don't know why. It was a really magical day, I have to say. I don't use this word often because I feel it sounds a little bit cliched, but I really felt this way. It was a really nice hike. We had a lot of ravens, as you can see here, then these really cool birds, this flock of birds, and an old farm building, and really interesting nature finds on the way. A lot of birds, as you can see. So it was a really cool day outside. I filmed my sketching process for this page. So if you're interested in seeing how I sort of layouted this page and how my process went, then definitely check out the other video about this. And let's see what else we have. So this one was from 2 different days. One thing that I do every year, or almost every year, is to collect and look at different berries and different leaves for sketching, especially when the colors start to change in autumn. So this is always, I always find the colors are really extraordinary, and also the different sort of forms and shapes of all of these seeds. And on the right side, you can see sort of these little vignette sketches that I did with my self-made walnut ink. I shared the recipe for this a few weeks ago on my blog. So if you want to try out making walnut ink, then you can read all about that on the blog. I also have a recipe for pomegranate ink if you're interested in that. And so yeah, I tried sketching with this. It's a little bit more runny than you would expect from store-bought inks, but I found it was really fun to use it for these different little vignette sketches. And I have a small map in the middle, so that was another fun day outside. I don't particularly like the layout of the left side very much. So I don't like how it turned out in the end, but I remember this was one of the instances where I really had time to take notes about these mushrooms and really take a closer look at them. So I could really study this on site, outdoors. And this was during a climb up of a very steep hill. You can't really see this in this small landscape sketch, but this was the site where I found this. And I had to take a small break and I decided to look at these sort of these egg-shaped mushrooms. And on the other side, you can see that you don't always have to add a lot of color to your pages. So I explored what you can do with a pencil and with different hatching techniques and with shading to render a nice sketch. So pencils can be really nice, versatile tools on their own. This is a plant that I really fell in love with as soon as I saw it. It is from late October, and it was one of the last flowers that I saw in bloom this year. So it's a nightshade plant, and it has this really wonderful violet flower, and then these interesting purple fruits. And yeah, I just really liked how it looked and what a colorful pop it was in amidst all of the sort of the wilting flowers that were in the park. So it's not a native plant, it's from South America, but it was a really beautiful addition to all of the other native plants in their park. And so they planted it along with sunflowers and with marigolds, and it was a really beautiful color combination. So I want to talk a little bit about the right side of this double spread. The left side is sort of unfinished. Sometimes this happens and I don't finish every page. So not every page looks nice and thought through. I sort of leave things unfinished from time to time. So the idea behind this page here was that I thought of old photographs or these old postcards with rounded edges, and I selected 3 of the landscape views that I saw on that day, and I tried sketching them with this sort of old-timey, nostalgic, these warm tones. And I had a lot of fun doing this. In the end, I had also placed to add a white egret. And you can see this process. You can see me sketching this page during another video that I did where I'm talking about the creative inventory. And if you're interested in that, then check out this video. I show my whole sort of sketching process for this one. And that's one sketchbook done. And now here's the next one. It's a little bit smaller. I'm not sure if I like this sort of really small landscapey format, but well, we'll see. So on this page you can see all of the mushrooms that I found on one day. And when I sat down to do this, I had, after I started with this double page spread, that I had this idea to make a class about drawing mushrooms, about how to sketch mushrooms. And I went through with it. So this sketchbook is really full of different mushrooms. And yeah, there are quite a few that I sketched for the class, and it's if you're interested in it, it's finished by now. So it's really a long class where I talk about all of the things that are important if you want to sketch mushrooms, and I find they're really great subjects. They're interesting, they come in the most basic shapes, so they're really not that hard to draw, and they're really fun because there are so many different mushrooms. You can see I really had a great time sketching all of these different species here. And here's my last journal page for today. So during this hike, which was in November, I had a lot of fun looking for sort of these smaller things on the ground that I could sketch. And then in the end, I added this this gate. This is a cemetery gate of a small town where we had parked the car. And I really enjoyed this. I really like looking at and sketching old architecture. And yeah, it sort of reminds me of the old days and forgotten times and old stories and so on. So it was really fun. It's also really different to have these sort of man-made structures against these more organic forms. So it's nice to draw different things from time to time. And you will also see me when I share more from my landscape sketches. You will see that from time to time there will be houses and man-made structures that pop up in the sketches, and I'm really having, yeah, I'm really having fun with this lately. So that's it for this sketchbook tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next one where I will share more of my recent landscape sketches. As always, feel free to comment, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!